Hope you've all been happy, healthy, and safe. I'm back to do a pick your card reading. There will be 3 time-stamped decks below, so go pick whichever timestamp you were drawn to, and I will meet you there. Alright, if you picked timestamp 1, these will be your messages. Calling in your angels, your guides, anybody that has messages for you today. Calling them in now. Okay. Alright, so if you picked pile 1, these will be your messages. Pile 1. What messages do you have for the viewers today, please, Spirit? Oh dear. Okay. That is way too many. We won't take that many, but we'll take that one, and then we will shuffle. So coming out first, I have some sort of change. We got the throat chakra card. So there's some sort of change around communication for you. This could be dealing with other people, or this could be just your self-expression. Yeah, it feels more like your self-expression. So there's a change around that. Let's see, what is the change, please, Spirit? What is the change? I feel kind of like you, like you can express yourself a little bit better. You kind of know what you want now, it feels like, whereas maybe before you didn't. You have spiritual union coming through too. So this communication, this change in communication can also be not only just with your self-expression and sort of that sort of thing, but it could be around someone else. Maybe it almost feels like there's some telepathy, or you're connected to someone through the use of telepathy. Also, it feels like you can communicate better with this person. Maybe they're on the same wavelength as you. You guys just sort of jive. If you're thinking something, they're thinking something. If you're feeling a certain way, they're feeling a certain way. It feels very, it does feel like you both are very connected to each other. Now, not always is this a romantic relationship. This could be a friendship, family member, something like that. That you just, you jive with them. It's like, you know when something is up, sort of thing. You know when they need support. Maybe you guys don't always talk, but it's like all of a sudden you get an urge to reach out to them because you just have a feeling that they need something from you, or some sort of communicative support from you. Something like that is coming across. Okay, what else, Spirit? We have foundation and achievement. Yeah, it feels very much like this is, whatever this union is, it feels very structured. It feels like it gives you a strong foundation. Yeah, it just feels very solid and firmly planted. It's like, it's almost like nobody can come between the two of you. It feels here maybe people have tried in the past to come between you. Maybe there was a bit of separation for the two of you in the past, but it feels like your bond is so strong that nothing can really break it, if that makes sense, okay? It feels almost like a faded sort of relationship. So you do have people in your soul tribe that, you know, are going to be there no matter what. Like, so they may come and they may go. You may not see them for long periods of time, but then it's like you need them, or they need you, and you guys connect again. So it feels very much like a relationship like that. Let's dig a little. Please clarify a little bit more, please, Spirit. And I'm getting strong confirmation chills that this is a very solid relationship. It doesn't feel, it feels like a good, supportive relationship. It feels like you guys lift each other up and give each other certain perspectives that maybe other people wouldn't give you, is how this feels to me. Family bond coming through as well. So maybe this is a family member, or it's definitely part of your soul family, as I feel like. This feels very soul family-ish. It feels very divinely guided. Yeah, rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present. So yeah, it feels like maybe there was something from your past within this relationship. Maybe that caused, I want to say conflict, but it doesn't feel like conflict. It feels like maybe misunderstanding, I suppose, would be the right word. And yeah, it just feels like now this connection has been rejuvenated. It's been reborn in some way. It feels very refreshing and very, almost very new. Okay. Let's dig a little deeper. What else do you have to say, Spirit? What else? Popping into my head is changed my mind. Changed my mind about something. So, what, please, Spirit? What did they change their mind about? I feel you got this Spirit finding sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. Something, I feel like, it almost feels like you or maybe the other person were clouded about, it feels like your relationship, they were clouded about, it almost feels like maybe other people were telling them things that maybe necessarily, they weren't necessarily true. And so there was a lot of confusion, but deep down this person knew what they were being told wasn't correct, but because they dealt on fact and instead of their intuition, they thought, okay, well, it must be true, right? If they're saying it's true, it's gotta be true. And it almost feels like this was something that was said about you. And it feels like maybe there was no communication between the two of you, so you couldn't, or they couldn't confirm or deny. And you had no way of defending yourself. But it feels like one of you or both of you was very spiritual and constantly depended on your intuition, and you didn't let that sway you, like, ever. But the other person, maybe they were intuitive or are intuitive, but they relied more on their logic than their intuition. But it feels like there's a change here. Change in communication regarding this connection. Okay, so let me dig deeper. What else do you want to say? I'm hearing you got me. You got me. You got me right where you want me. Now what are you gonna do? Huh? Okay. Okay. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. I feel like somebody is going to take some sort of action with communicating more and just I feel like this is making me really happy. So I feel like whatever this is, it feels like something, and yeah, as I scrying to the rock, so there's a horse, going towards like this tent, and like as I scrying to the rock, it looks like there's a horse charging down a mountain. So it feels to me like something is about to come at you pretty quickly. Like, so maybe communication between you and this person, it's gonna come quickly. For some of you, maybe this is romantic in nature. For some of you, not all of you, because other people I'm picking up that this is more of a friendship. This is more of something that's been put on hold for you for a while. But Spirit is coming across saying that it needed to be put on hold because both of you had to heal some things and to grow and to become more confident in your own selves. And then this union could I'm getting test of time. Stand the test of time, I guess. That's a saying, right? Stand the test of time. And it feels a little bit like a victory here, like for it feels like you. It feels like a victory for you. Yeah. Okay, why is it a victory? Let's use this. Why is it a victory? Some very strong energy coming through here. This is a very strong divine, like it feels quite rare. It feels like it's almost like I'm picking up that the other person always knew something. No, you knew something. What did you know? That they are the one. You know they are the one, and you've always known they're the one. But they're just cluing into this now. Yeah, it's just shining through. It's coming through now for some reason. And I feel like this other person is really confused as to why this is happening now. But they feel like, yeah, okay, this is happening now. And like it feels like this person always kind of thought of you, but it feels like, you know, they had other relationships and other things going on that they didn't really pursue anything with you. It does feel like they it feels like they wanted to, but they weren't sure, like, your side of it. But they've always watched you. You stood out above the crowd. I'm hearing you stood out above the crowd. I feel like this is mutual. I feel like they seen you this way too. You've seen them this way. But neither of you did anything about it because you had to grow and heal and build that confidence and be happy within yourselves first before you could really get on the same wavelength. I feel like now, I think you always were connected on the same frequency, on the same wavelength, but it's like there was all this, I want to say, etheric noise, all this distraction, all this stuff just bogging this connection, like distorting this connection, like picture, like what I'm picturing is how they're showing it to me. So this is how the connection between you and them is. Okay, picture like a almost like a drain pipe, like I want to say a sewer pipe, but it's not sewer. Okay, a blood, okay, like a vein, that's a better way to put it. Picture it like a vein, but this is like an energy cord vein. And oh, that's why they're showing, okay, because okay, that's okay, I'm supposed to go with the sewer pipe. Okay, so like a sewer pipe, it gets clogged and then stuff can't move through, right? Yeah, it gets really, yeah, it gets bogged down by debris, unwanted debris. And then basically plumber's got to come in and flush that all out. And, you know, so basically you are the plumber flushing all that out of the line so that the line can flow again. And that's kind of what's happening here. Great analogy, Spirit. It works, okay? I get it. So yeah, basically you had to get rid of all that crap in the sewer line in order for this connection to flow freely. And it feels like right now that's where you guys are at. So let's get one more message about the possible direction, I guess, of this connection or this union, communication, all of that, okay? That's funny. Okay. Okay, so where this is going, I feel like it's going in a very spiritual direction. But you have your stand your ground card. So it does feel like you need to keep standing your ground. And as long as you do that, the direction of this is gonna go in a pretty good direction, I think. Because it feels like, because you're probably like, if I stand my ground, isn't that conflict? Well, not exactly. Spirit isn't saying create conflict, but be firm about the direction of this connection, and be firm about not letting anything get in the way of this connection. And yeah, I get you get caring connections, new beginnings and structure. So the direction, if you stand your ground and you don't put up, and I feel like the standing the ground is third parties and people trying to interfere with this connection. I don't feel the stand your ground necessarily is between the two of you, because I feel like the foundation you've built is pretty darn strong, is what Spirit is showing me. It feels very, very strong. It feels almost like once you, the plumber, flushed out the line, it's like you put a wrapping, a protective wrapping around the line to protect it from heat. So, like, I'm thinking heat, conflict, freezing, that sort of thing, right? And then that will, so basically it's like protecting it from all the outside stuff, all the things trying to interfere with this connection. And then that's going to lead to this, to the caring connections. And so for some of you, I do feel it is a romantic relationship, because you do have a male and a female here, male and a female there. This reading isn't gender specific. It could be two males, two females. Doesn't matter. Take that how it resonates, but it feels relationshipy. Okay, for some. For others of you, it does feel more family, friend type union. It feels like maybe business, something like that, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. But it feels like you both are moving in the direction where you're going to be very supportive of each other. I'm just getting very supportive energy from this reading. Okay, let's get a surrender card. What you need to surrender at this time for your highest and best good. And then we'll get a message from the universe, and then move on to pile 2. Alright. Surrender. What do we got? Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in a quiet, meditative moments. Focus on stillness within and enjoy the inner refuge. Others will feel good, your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. I am picking up for some of you that you're not, it feels very new to you. Like, it feels like you're just in their beginning stages of meditating, of meditating, of believing in your intuition, believing in spirit, believing in something else. Okay, you're believing that there's maybe something more. You can't, there's things that are happening around you that you just can't explain with your logical self. And I feel like you are very logical, a very logical individual. But there's been things happening around you, and you can't explain it. And so and this connection feels to you like that as well. It feels like you can't explain the connection. You can't explain why things keep happening. You can't explain. You just can't explain it. That's all there really is to it. Okay. Okay, message from the universe. I laugh because I'm like, yeah, you just don't know. And that happens too, like, for us in the spiritual world that have been, on this journey for a while, we understand, when this, and it's a journey for everybody. I mean, I think for the most part, everybody has the chance or the ability to go through it. It's just whether you accept certain things or you don't, right? And certain things, you might resist certain things because of religion or because of culture or something else your entire life. But deep down, you have this knowing, and you're like, there's something else. There's something else. So Spirit, with that being said, Spirit says keep it simple. So try not to, because you are logical, you want to explain certain things away. You want to not accept certain things because you're like, no, there's got to be a reason why this is happening. There's got to be, like, yeah. But Spirit is saying keep it simple. Old souls use words very sparingly, except, of course, I love you, thank you, wow, now, and cool. Wow, I love you now, the universe. P.S., which sounds much better than wow, now, I love you. Sequence is important. Okay. So, yeah, just keep it simple. Don't overthink things. Is basically, don't try to rationalize it. Don't try to make it something it isn't. Just go with it and see where it goes and keep it simple. And those are your messages for pile 1. Okay, so I'm going to clear these cards, and then we're going to move on to pile 2. Okay. Clearing the energies from pile 1, please, Spirit, and calling in the messages for the pile 2 people, please, Spirit. Let's use the same. No, use this deck. Okay, use this deck first. Okay, so if you pick pile 2, these are your messages. Alright. What is pile 2's messages today? You got the 3rd chakra with Archangel Shamuel coming through. So that's your solar plexus chakra. So that's there's something to do around your solar plexus chakra right now. And I feel like this is a decision you have to make around something that has recently been communicated to you. Now you have to sit within your power and about what you're going to do about this situation. Okay? And it feels like you have to rely a little bit on your intuition here. Like, it feels almost like something is guiding you towards a certain decision. But you're talking yourself out of the decision, and then that's making you feel anxious and worried and bad. But if you just go with your intuition, that whatever that weight will be lifted off of you. And then you got second chakra with Archangel Ariel. And so that's also your sacral chakra. And that basically, that deals with, you know, your emotions, your feelings, your desires, all that kind of stuff, right? So there's something that needs to be healed in this area for you, I think, which will open you up to better make this decision you're trying to make. If that makes sense. Like, it feels almost like you are, right at this moment, too emotionally attached, maybe to desire, it feels like, or to passion. And so because of that, you can't communicate a proper decision, if that makes sense. Okay, give me more, Spirit. The decision, it feels like you're deciding to walk away from something. So this is giving me, with the passion, the desire. So this feels like a union that maybe is based more off of desire and stuff like that. And now you are making a decision that you need to walk away from that, because it feels a little bit like you were looking for more. And Spirit is coming across saying, trust that walking away may be a really good decision, because if you see this, she's walking towards, like, it looks like she's walking towards brightness, light. She's closing the door to, you know, maybe these desires that she felt, or he felt, that he or she didn't have the power to make before. Does that make sense? I'm channeling, so I'm not sure the words made sense coming out. Yeah, it really does feel like you want more. Like, it feels like this connection is basically just, want to say, sexually based. There really is no real structure or foundation, or, it doesn't inspire you to become better. It doesn't, but you feel like almost powerless, like, for some reason. Like, you're dependent on them for something. I feel like you're dependent on them for something. But this, let me get more here. This is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, contract. So, if maybe you're married to this person, so you feel like if you walk away, um, something, like something bad will happen. Like, either they're dependent on you or you're dependent on them. I can't really, this feels blurred a little bit to me. I'm not sure which side of the coin you're actually on, but it feels like you're dependent on them either financially, or maybe you have a contract with them and your decision is to walk away because maybe you have a desire for something else as well. But you feel powerless. You still feel powerless. But Spirit is saying, no, you have the power to go after your desires and walk away from what isn't serving you. You have to heal, like, take that blindfold off in order to create the balance that you desire, in order to control your situation, to heal past your situation. And you already have the knowledge that you need in order to make this decision to walk away. But I feel like with this card, I feel very strongly that whatever you're walking away from, you're walking towards something better. A better union, a better contract, a better something. Something better. Okay? But it does feel like you have to end something first. Okay? Strong confirmation, Charles. Okay. Yeah, wherever you are, whenever you make this decision to walk away, because I feel like that's a decision that's sticking in the back of your mind, is to walk away. Or maybe it's the other person. Maybe you already know this. Maybe someone's walking away from you, and maybe you already feel that. But it feels like in both these pictures, they're looking towards light, like they're walking towards, she's kind of looking back a little bit, but then in this one, she's all full bore head kind of thing. She's going towards the light. So it says, open your heart to joy and bliss, joy and delight. So follow that that joy, that delight. Don't hold on to something just because of desire. For some of you, it is, you're hanging on because of sexual desire. You're hanging on because of financial dependence. You're hanging on because you're in a committed contract of some sort, whether it be marriage or business contract or I don't know what other something, right? But Spirit is saying, like, go ahead and walk through that gate and follow your bliss and your delight. Don't, and try not to focus on the past when you do this. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's get a surrender. Ooh, this is mine. Yeah, and then you got surrender to joy. So you got, so joy is your ultimate what makes you happy. So if where you are right now, if you feel powerless, that you're not happy, you're not your passion maybe just isn't there, you want to surrender to joy and light, delight. A key to a positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling, both during both the hard and the easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. Okay. So yeah, I feel like someone is feeling powerless, and so, and it is to due towards something, either passion you have or a lack of passion that you have, one or the other, and you're blinded right now to see that there is balance, that things can be balanced. That you do hold power to change things, right? And walk away towards your joy, right? Okay, and let's get a message from the universe. And if this is something about joy, my goodness. Spirit loves to do that. I'm just saying. Okay. Your treasure is at hand. So it feels like the message you have here is, sure, you can always find prettier, handsomer, skinnier, wiser, richer, younger, zippier, but more often than not, one learns the most, laughs the loudest, and smiles the widest with those of they've already found, especially when they stop looking elsewhere. Actually, zippier is on quite a few lists. Tally ho, the universe. Okay, so message I'm picking up here is, I'm feeling that perhaps there's someone I feel like someone's right in front of you. Right in front of you, that maybe you jive with, you get along with, and whatever, but maybe you never gave this person a thought before. It feels like you there's two messages coming across. Spirit is saying. So, first message, please, Spirit. Give me that one first. Okay, so for some of you, yes, I feel like this person is kind of on the sidelines, but they're right there. They're in your world. They're there. But maybe you don't. I feel like you hang with this person and you have a lot of fun. But you don't. Maybe you're not considering them because you're like, well, I want somebody prettier, I want somebody more financially stable, I want somebody blah, 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 right? And Spirit is saying, well, be okay with that, because if they bring you joy and delight and all these things and they're right in front of you, then maybe that's what you should be going after, type of thing. The other message that I'm picking up is somebody is very again with the sacral chakra, they're very much in their vanity side of it. They're thinking, for somebody I'm picking up, their wife has gained a bunch of weight and they're kind of, or their husband, and they're kind of like, oh, I don't want to be around this person anymore, sort of thing. Like the desire's gone, so Spirit is saying, like, yeah, sure, you can find prettier, you can find skinnier, you can find this and that, but if you do go out to find those things, will those things actually make you happy, or are you actually happy with this person? Like, are you only thinking of the superficial? Like, are you only thinking of the outside, not your inner world? Like, how does that person actually make you feel, other than the skinnier or fatter or whatever? How do they make you, how do you feel when you're with them? Do you feel happy when you're with them? Do you have good conversations? Do you have meaningful times together? Do they give you the support and growth you need to heal? If so, then maybe it's time to be less superficial, and instead of seeking prettier, younger, skinnier, blah blah blah, more handsome, whatever, be happy with what you have, because maybe that is what you're supposed to have, what the universe has brought you, right? And people, you're supposed to help people grow. So if your wife or husband gained a bunch of weight and now you're like, oh, they're not attractive to me anymore, then instead of just focusing on that, why don't you focus on changing your lifestyle? Go out, encourage them. You don't tell them go join a gym, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that probably won't fly. And a ladybug just flew and landed on my cards. Anyways, sorry. That's good luck. Yeah. But yeah, just, like, don't say go join a gym. Say, hey, how about we both take a walk together, or how about we both go join a gym, or how about we both eat healthier, or how would you feel about, and do it together, and that will create a better bond between the two of you as well, right? So, and yeah, Spirit just really saying quit focusing on that vanity, okay? Because there's some to do, yeah, around your second chakra, and basically your desires and things like that, that are misaligned, I want to say. Okay. Alright, so those are your messages for pile 2. Okay, moving on to pile 3. What do you have to say, pile 3, please, Spirit? Clear the energies from pile 2 and calling in pile 3. Alright. Okay, so... Alright, let's use... Should we use the cards that the ladybug flew on? They're still on there, so probably not. I'll just leave the ladybug. So if you don't know, as I was doing a reading, a ladybug just flew onto my cards. So we're going to use the Buddha cards. And I'm fairly new with these Buddha cards. Actually, no. You know what? We're going to use these ones. Actually, no. We are going to use these ones. Okay. Please, Spirit, give me messages for pile 3 from these cards. What they need to know that they don't know for their highest and best good right now. Okay, we're going to use Buddha cards, and to be honest, I have not. We might have to find the book, because I have not used these cards very often. It's a pretty new deck in the realm of my life. So we'll see what wisdom Buddha wisdom has. Okay, so the 13 came through. The brilliant mind of, and I cannot say that. Ashnishkave. Yeah. Yeah, anyways. That. You can read it for yourself. Can't focus. Anyway, so that. Okay, goddess of a long life. The path of intellect can yield a long life. So there's something to do around knowledge or gaining more knowledge. That can lead you to a longer life. When we don't, when you're just kind of on autopilot and you're just watching movies and you don't really think for yourself, and you don't really read books, and you don't really educate yourself on things, that there have been studies that say that leads to things like dementia and stuff like that, right? Because you stop expanding, you stop opening your mind. Okay, so meditation popping in to my head right now. Somebody out there really needs to meditate more. They need to read more. They need to just inspire themselves more, is how this is coming across. Okay, Medicine Buddha. The Lapis Lazuli Healer King. Sometimes it's good to seek help from others. So, coming through this reading, it feels almost like whoever I'm picking up on, it feels like you're I am picking up like you're not interested in reading. You're not interested, like, I am picking up you literally, you watch TV, you drink, you don't do a lot. You really don't do a lot. You don't really live. And what that is doing is that actually is contributing to your health problems that you are having right now. Because I'm getting, and maybe it's time that you ask for help, like go seek medical attention is what I'm picking up for some of you on this one. Okay? And it's something to do around your mental health, because if you don't expand your mind and try to learn and grow, and you just feed your mind with mush, you become mush. It's kind of what's coming through here. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? You got a devotee offering his gift of song. Okay, your skills are the gifts you can share with others. So there's something to do about, maybe you have a skill, and you need to share that skill more. That too will expand your mind. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel healthier. But it feels like whoever I'm talking to, they don't want, for whatever reason, it does. It feels like you drink, you go to work, you watch TV, you drink, you go to work, you watch TV. Outside that, you don't really have a whole lot of things that you're doing, but you're sitting on, I'm picking up, you're sitting on a talent, whether it be singing or arts or something. You're sitting on some sort of talent. Maybe this could be because of the meditation coming up, and expanding. Maybe it's something spiritual. Maybe it's something, maybe you should be doing this, reading cards, or, channeling, or something like that, right? You have some sort of gift, whether it's art, or singing, or carpentry, or channeling, or maybe acting, something. Okay, you have something, but you need to use it. This too will expand your brain, and it'll put you into a different, because I feel a little bit of almost like depression, or I don't know, you're just unhappy with something. It feels like you're just unhappy, and this is causing you to focus on the medical thing. And like, you might be one of those people that, like, you're watching TV and then you're like, oh my god, I got that, right? Like, or you're just relying too much on TV, the news, social media, drinking. Yeah, you're just like, yeah. Yeah, and there's something you're sitting on that's will lift you up and that will bring you out of this energy that you're in. Okay? Now, let's use these ones. This card says add some, and I'm not sure what that means. But in the card it shows yeah, I'm picking up, you might be like a channeler of some sort. Like, you might be picking up messages from spirit, but you're drinking to, I want to say, push that away or push that down. And I feel like in this card it looks like, yeah, like she's looking at a book, and she's got an angel kind of whispering in her ear, and there's an old lady sitting there in the back kind of, and an old man, and they're kind of holographic, so it's kind of like spirit, right? They're talking with spirit. And then it's like there's another guy walking up, but I feel like this is more a spirit guide. That's walking up to give knowledge. I'm just gonna Google what add some means. I know, this is, sorry. I've just never heard that word before. Add some. Like, I'm thinking, add some. I am present. So add some means I am present. Okay, so it almost means that you need to come back to self and be present in order to differentiate all the things you're picking up around you. I feel like perhaps you think you're like, I'm getting a very dark night of the soul type of energy coming through here. Like, because I was picking up, the drinking and stuff like that. But yet these cards, when you actually look at them, if you, like, just look at the cards alone. Okay, goddess of a long life. A path of intellect can yield a long life. So gain more knowledge. Gain more knowledge about, maybe you're a healer of some sort. Maybe you're actually a healer of some sort, right? You have a gift of some sort, right? But Spirit is telling you that you need to be more present, and less distracted by all the other things that are distracting you in your life. Okay? Because I feel like you're you're distracting yourself with TV, with social media, with drinking. You're distracting yourself. But Spirit's saying, come back to self, be more present. Because I feel like, and so when I started out my spiritual journey, I literally thought I was crazy, going crazy. And yeah, I did drink back then and stuff like that. And I think I drank a lot to numb, the feelings and sensations that I was picking up around from other people and from Spirit and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but Spirit is saying you need to stop, and you need to be present, and you need to heal. First of all, you need to heal all of your inner stuff, and you need to sit with yourself and meditate and self-reflect and go through. You have to go through a process, and it literally is a process. And the spiritual community have called it Dark Night of the Soul. And everybody goes through it, right? But it's your choice whether you're gonna stay drinking and maybe resort to drugs, or you're gonna let it social media and stuff bring it down and fear everything. It's your choice what you want to actually do. But Spirit really wants you, the angels and the universe, they want you to be present so they can give you the guidance and healing that could possibly change your life. Okay? Yeah. Number 4 is birth. Maybe listening to this right now, maybe you are birthing a new perspective, birthing a new life for yourself, all that kind of stuff, right? Or they want you to birth a new life for yourself. Understand that, no, you're not crazy. Pretty much, I think I want to say everybody goes through it. But it's how people perceive what they're going through, and how they let it affect their life. So some people might go to a doctor and it might be the wrong doctor, and they might say, yeah, you're crazy, you need these pills and these pills, and then it just creates, you become more depressed, and you become more down, and you drink more, and you lose your lust for life. And until you either go straight down and then you die, or you pull yourself out of it and you say, hey, wait a second, I'm not happy. how can I be happy? Ask yourself those questions. How can you be happy? What do you have to do? What do you have to stop doing? Who do you have to stop seeing or surrounding yourself with? What environments do you need to stop surrounding yourself with? All of those types of things will help you move forward on your life and get through the dark night of the soul that much quicker, right? But understanding that you have to go through it, and know that all the things you've experienced in life, instead of looking at the things you experienced in your life as, oh, woe is me, everything happens to me, look at it like, wait a second, what did I learn from this experience? What did I gain? You know, and if you have to, take a pen and paper and say, what did I learn from this experience? And then break it down. You know, if I learned don't trust people, or I learned, you know, yada, 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 write that down. I mean, and then go back and look at it later and then process it. It really doesn't matter what, you know, what you write right now. It's part of healing. So you might go back in 6 months and ask the same question, have a totally different answer, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Okay, let's get a surrender card for you, and then a message from the universe, and we'll leave that there. Okay, so surrender to your soul's path. So, yeah, pretty much your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. So, don't worry about what your neighbor, don't worry about what your sister, don't worry about your brother, don't worry about Bob down the street. Worry about you, and you alone. Don't worry about your coworker. Worry about you. Don't worry about what he or she has and you don't have. Worry about how you can achieve what you want to achieve. Okay? Surrender to your path, not somebody else's path. Don't get caught up in somebody else's path, somebody else's drama. Don't get caught up in that. Okay? Worry about your path and where you want to go and what you want to see, and yeah, worry about that. Okay? Embrace every lesson and every moment. So it's just a matter of perspective. You know, if you think everybody is against me, my life is so bad, blah, 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 you're just going to draw more of that to yourself, because what you think is what you create, is how you create your outward reality. So, right? If you think, okay, well, yes, I was dealt a shitty deal in the past, but, you know, I learned this and this and this from that, and now I'm going to take that moving forward, and perhaps I can help somebody else, share my experience with someone else, or I just won't make that same mistake again. So, take it how that really resonates with you, or how that will work for you. And you got the message from the universe, don't be misled, okay? When fear speaks, it's always wrong, unless being chased by a wildebeest, okay? And then love speaks, it's always right, and usually bouncy. Game on the universe. So, this goes with your reading. Like, ask yourself how you are being misled. Are you being misled by social media? Are you being misled by the news? Are you being misled by your neighbor down the street? Are you being misled by that bottle of rye sitting on your counter? Are you being misled to reality? Are you being misled to believe that you are sick when you really are not sick and you can heal yourself? What things are you being misled about? Don't be misled. Ask questions. within, meditate, find knowledge from read books about stuff that'll expand your mind, and go from there. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, that is all I have for you. So take care, stay happy, healthy, and safe.